Welcome back to Mythology and Lore. When we last left Hercules, he had burned his children alive in a madness sent by Hera. Racked with grief, he wandered in search of punishment and atonement. Smoke hung heavy in the air, thick with incense. Hercules stood in the haze, his eyes red, not from the smoke, but from grief. He had murdered his own children during a fit of madness sent by the goddess Hera, and now, broken and desperate, he had come to the oracle at Delphi for guidance. Before him stood the Pythia, the high priestess of Apollo, god of prophecy. She was dressed in flowing silks, her body still as a statue, her headdress tall and ornate.
Hercules, son of Zeus, stained by the blood of your children, you kneel before the gods. Why?
My crimes are heavier than I can bear. I come seeking punishment, true punishment. I beg Apollo to guide me, so I may atone.
But as the Pythia spoke again, it was not Apollo who answered. Her eyes rolled back, her mouth opened, and her body swayed as if caught in a divine wind. She was possessed, but not by the god she served. High above, on Mount Olympus, Hera, goddess of marriage, wife of Zeus, and bitter enemy of Hercules, had intervened. Because Hercules was the product of Zeus's infidelity, Hera had sworn to destroy him.
Go to Tiryns, serve King Eurystheus, do every task he gives you. Do not stop until he is satisfied.
Then I will serve him, and I will not rest until I have paid for what I've done.
He bowed, unaware that Hera herself had chosen this path, not to redeem him, but to break him. King Eurystheus wasn't just any ruler. He was Hercules' cousin and rival. Both men descended from Perseus, one of Greece's greatest heroes. Both were candidates to inherit his throne. But Hera rigged that too. Though Hercules was conceived first, she delayed his birth and forced Eurystheus to be born prematurely. Zeus had promised kingship to whichever child was born first, and so Eurystheus took the throne, while Hercules was denied it. Eurystheus became king of Tiryns, backed by Hera's favor. Hercules became a pawn of fate, marked by blood and sorrow. When Hercules arrived in Tiryns, the townspeople cursed his name. They slammed their doors, threw waste from their windows, and spat at his feet.
Even strangers know what I've done. I deserve this.
Inside the palace, he was led to a throne room where King Eurystheus waited. A tall man, broad-shouldered but cold-eyed, his disdain barely hidden.
So the mighty Hercules comes crawling, ready to serve.
Yes, my king, I come to serve as penance for my crimes.
Crimes? That's what we're calling child murder now?
Call it what you will. I'm here to make it right.
Fine, then here's your first task. Kill the Nemean lion, the beast whose hide no weapon can pierce. Bring me its corpse.
That beast cannot be killed by any weapon forged.
Good, then you'll understand what I expect of you.
The guards shoved Hercules out. His first labor had begun. In the hills of Nemea, Hercules spotted the lion stalking cattle. Its golden fur glinted in the sun, its movements smooth, calculated, deadly. It was unlike any lion Hercules had fought before, but it still moved like a beast, not a god. Knowing weapons would be useless, he dropped his sword and bow. He picked up his heavy wooden club and charged. One strike across the spine stunned the lion. Hercules leapt onto its back, wrapped his arms around its neck, and began to squeeze. The lion thrashed, its claws lashed at him, but Hercules held on. He had been raised by mortals, but bore the blood of Zeus. His strength was unmatched. And finally, the lion collapsed. He skinned the creature using its own claw and fashioned its hide into a cloak, with the lion's face as a hood. Back in Tiryns, people looked at him differently, not with scorn, but awe.
You actually did it.
And I brought its hide.
Guards, shoot him. Let's see if that hide is really impenetrable.
The guards didn't move. Even they were impressed. Eurystheus knew he had a problem.
You're too dangerous. For everyone's safety, you'll live outside the city walls, in the filth.
I'll go. I'm not here to be comfortable.
Hercules endured. His labors continued, and with each one he triumphed. He slayed the Lernaean Hydra, captured the Erymanthian boar, outwitted the Cairenian hind. Each success made Eurystheus look smaller. Hera grew restless.
Nothing stops him. The people adore him. Even the gods whisper his name with reverence.
Then we send him somewhere no mortal returns from.
The Underworld?
Send him to steal Cerberus, the hound of Hades. Let him try to conquer death itself.
Eurystheus gave the order. Hercules didn't hesitate, but he was no fool. He climbed Mount Olympus and knelt before his father.
Zeus, father, this may be the end of me. They want me to descend into the underworld and bring back Cerberus.
Then I give you my blessing. Your soul will cling to your body. You will not die in the crossing.
The entrance to the underworld was a cave, small, quiet, unassuming. Hercules lit a torch and stepped inside. He wandered for days, crawling, climbing, falling, until he reached the river Styx. From the fog came a boat. Its ferryman was Charon, an animated skeleton who rode souls of the dead. Charon saw Hercules, recognized him, and said nothing, just nodded. The boat crossed. Hercules passed through the land of shades and reached the gates of Hades. There lay Cerberus, 10 feet tall, 3 snarling dog heads, snakes writhing from its paws and neck. But Hercules didn't fight yet. He walked deeper into the realm and approached Hades' palace. Inside, on a throne made of bones, sat Hades, god of the dead, skin like ash, eyes glowing red.
Lord Hades, I've entered your realm and make myself known. I come to ask a favor.
Immortal? Polite? That's rare.
I was ordered to take Cerberus. I came to ask your permission not to steal.
Hades rose, his form shifting, his tone almost respectful.
You honor me more than most gods. You may take him, if you use no weapons and do him no harm.
I swear it.
Hercules wrestled Cerberus with only his hands. No blade, no blood. He pinned the beast through sheer strength. The hound relented and followed him willingly. When they arrived in Tiryns, the people were speechless. They parted to let him pass. Eurystheus was nowhere to be found.
Eurystheus, I brought you the hound of hell.
Cerberus sniffed the air and approached a massive urn. Hercules peered in. The king was hiding inside.
Take it away. You're not supposed to be here.
Then the shadows shifted. Hades himself appeared.
You sent a man into my realm as your errand boy.
I didn't. I thought he'd die. It was Hera.
He has paid his price. Let him go.
Fine. You're free.
Cerberus and Hades vanished into shadow. Hercules walked away, no longer a servant, but a free man. Free at last, Hercules wandered the land with no master, no task, and no home. He thought of returning to Thebes. Perhaps Megara, his wife, the mother of the children he had killed, might still be there. Maybe forgiveness was possible. Maybe. As he walked through the hills, a scream tore through the valley. He looked down and saw a centaur, half man, half horse, grappling with a young woman. Her clothes were torn, her voice frantic. Hercules drew an arrow from his quiver, this one tipped with the poison of the Lernaean Hydra, and fired. It struck the centaur in the haunch. The beast bucked once, then collapsed.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. You saved me from something terrible.
Are you unharmed?
Yes, thanks to you. Might I know the name of my savior?
I am Hercules.
Hercules. I've heard tales of you. My name is Deianira.
She was a princess from Calydon, traveling alone now that her escort had been killed. She asked to accompany Hercules to Thebes, and he agreed. Before they left, Deianira turned back toward the centaur's body. Her shawl had been torn from her during the struggle and was still clutched in the dead creature's fist. She approached carefully, but as she reached for the cloth, the centaur's hand twitched. He wasn't dead. Not yet.
Do not scream. I won't hurt you now. I deserve death for what I tried, but let me offer you one last gift.
Why would I accept anything from you?
Because I can help you keep him. My blood, centaur's blood. It's known to bind love. Take some. If you ever fear Hercules loves another more than you, soak his clothing in it. He will never look at anyone else.
Torn between distrust and desire, Deianira hesitated. Then, quietly, she collected the centaur's blood into a vial. Days passed. She and Hercules traveled together. She asked about his battle. He spoke of his labors. She listened, laughed, and fell deeper in love. But Hercules never mentioned Megara. Deianira assumed he was alone. One morning, they arrived just outside Thebes.
This is my home. I'll take you to the city soon, but I must do something alone.
He walked toward the door he hadn't seen in 12 years. The house was the same. Time had only added vines and silence. He knocked. The door opened. Hercules.
It's been a long time.
12 years.
I came to say, I'm sorry. I never said it. After what I did to our boys, I never made it right.
You've suffered. Everyone's heard. But that won't bring them back.
I know, but if you'll have me, I'd like to come home, to start again.
That's not a simple answer. Come back tomorrow. We'll talk then.
I'll come back every day if I have to.
From the road, Deianira watched. She saw the embrace. She saw the tenderness. She saw the woman.
Who was that?
My wife, the mother of my sons.
Oh. I see.
Her heart cracked. She tried to mask it with a smile.
You said your lionskin cloak was warm. May I try it on?
Of course.
As he handed it to her, she palmed the vial and quickly poured a few drops of the centaur's blood along the seams. Then she returned it.
It is warm. Thank you.
Hercules put the cloak back on. Instantly, his body convulsed. His skin bubbled. The poisoned blood began eating through his flesh.
What have you done?
I thought it would make you love me. The centaur said, he said his blood was a love charm.
His blood was laced with hydra venom. It's poison. You've killed me.
His screams brought Megara rushing from the house.
Hercules, what's happening?
Don't touch me. The poison spreads through skin. There's nothing left but fire. Build a pyre. Burn this cloak. Burn me with it.
Megara nodded, horrified. The townspeople gathered to help. Word spread quickly. The great Hercules was dying. As they built the pyre, Deianira ran, ashamed and afraid. The fire was lit. Hercules stepped atop the wood. Every nerve screamed, but he didn't. He stood tall.
The fire I used to destroy my sons. Now it takes me too. This is right.
The flames rose. But something strange happened. Hercules' mortal body burned away, but his form did not fade. It glowed, brilliant, blinding. From above, a voice called down.
My son,
Father,
your trials are over. Your soul has endured more than any mortal. Come, ascend.
but Megara?
I can't go with you. Our sons are in the Underworld. If you go to Olympus, they'll be alone.
Then I'll visit them. I swear it.
I believe you. but I can't follow you now.
Zeus reached down. Hercules hesitated, but took his hand. In the crowd, someone whispered,
Here goes Hercules, the greatest of us all.
born a man, shaped by suffering, and ascended as a god. Hercules had conquered madness, monsters, kings, and death itself, and now he took his place among the immortals. Hercules rose to Olympus not as a prince or a god by birth, but as a mortal who had earned his place. No other hero in all of Greek mythology had done what he had. Lived as a man, died in agony, and still ascended as a god. The other Olympians took notice. Hera, who had tormented him from the moment he was born, appeared before him, arms crossed, lips tight, but her hatred gone.
You are not my son, and I will never call you such. But you have earned your place here. Olympus is open to you.
It wasn't warmth, but it was respect. For Hera, that was enough. Still, Hercules' eyes turned back to earth, toward Thebes, toward Megara.
I would take my wife with me.
I can't, Hercules. I can't come with you. I can't live forever with someone who reminds me of what we lost.
And so she stayed, and Hercules understood. He gave her one last look, then stepped forward and joined the gods. Hercules took his place among the stars, immortal, divine, and worshipped. He married Hebe, goddess of eternal youth, and lived in peace on Olympus. But something strange happened after that. The stories stopped. No great battles, no wild conquests, no feasts or wars or betrayals. Nothing like the tales of Ares or Apollo or even Dionysus. Once Hercules reached Olympus, the legends ended. Why? Because the people who told his stories, the Greeks and later the Romans, didn't want to hear about more struggle. Hercules had done enough. He had suffered. He had bled. He had lost everything and then climbed out of the ashes. They didn't want to see him fight anymore. They wanted to give him rest. They wanted to give themselves hope. Hercules was not a perfect man. He was violent, proud, sometimes cruel. But he was also noble, relentless, and brave beyond compare. He was the ideal and the warning, the monster slayer and the monster himself. His story was suffering and survival, a tale that said, yes, life is pain. Yes, it will break you. But you can still rise. You can still atone. You can still become something greater. In the end, Hercules did not just defeat monsters. He defeated the very thing that claims us all, death. And for that, the gods gave him eternity. The Greeks gave him immortality not to make him unreachable, but because he was one of them, flawed, hurting, relentless. A reminder that even the broken can rise. This was the story of Hercules. We'll see you next time on Mythology and Lore.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.